Hello, YouTube! Neil with No Plot Blog here, bringing you episode 11 of Let's Play Minecraft Regrowth. In today's episode, we're actually going to take a little change of pace as we start to get my factory going, and show a little bit of the creative process of creating, well, the factory. So, I think I already showed everybody the bridge that I've built, leading between my dream home and the foundry and where we're going to be building the factory. And there's a lot of, I'm still leveling up crops so that we have a good source of osmium. I got all the seeds made, but they are fairly high level crops, so it is taking some time to build up to 10, 10, 10 on them. And at some point here, I really need to work on this bridge and make it all decorative and pretty and whatnot, but little point of embarrassment. You may notice that this is episode 11, and our previous episode was episode 10, or episode 9. I somehow managed to lose the video footage for episode 10, which is really kind of terrible, because it's episode 10. It's a milestone episode. I did not bring my bed out with me, or wool, or anything to make. We'll work through the night. I'm not proud. So basically, let me try and cover a little bit of what we did between episode 9 and 11. I do still have the audio files, so, if you want me to post the audio files with, like, a lovely picture of my character in the background, leave it in the comments and I'll fill in the blanks there. But basically, the last episode was just building this blast furnace here. Blast furnace, we feed it coke coal and wrought iron, and it gives us steel. And then we can feed that steel through a second time with more coke coal to get refined steel. And the recipe for the blast furnace is right here in NEI, and it's pretty easy to follow. The only exception being these infernal bricks here. Infernal bricks are a little bit weird because it's one of those things where you feed it through a couple of times to actually get what you're going for. So it's just nether brick and soul sand will give you the infernal block. And then the infernal block is fed through to give you fitted infernal stone. And then you feed through the fitted infernal stone to get the infernal brick. And that's kind of a railcraft thing. The reason it does that is because, and it does it for the coke furnace as well, these blocks are constantly looking for connecting blocks to form the multi-block structure. So if you try to use them as decorative blocks, which a lot of people like to do, it will cause immense amounts of lag as each one of those blocks, every few ticks, is searching for surrounding blocks to try and figure out where it's supposed to go. So, yeah, that was pretty much the entire last episode. That and going into the nether to gather the rest of the materials we needed to finally get my osmium, which is what I'm using right now, and will probably be what I'm using for the rest of the game. There are better metals out there, but osmium serves my purposes. I can mine anything with it, with enough redstone on it. It's fast, it has good durability on it, and the osmium is easy to come by. So we had decided that, this is going to be our foundry here, and then we're going to have the factory kind of sitting behind it here, and some of this stuff will feed into the factory and what have you. Wanted to go ahead and just kind of take a few moments and lay it out. So the way I'm picturing it is, it's not going to run parallel to the foundry. I actually want it to run perpendicular. And I want it to run perpendicular actually starting in that corner there. And not going to actually use those bricks. I'm going to run those bricks through chisel to kind of get them. They have a more muted brick that's available in chisel that I kind of like the looks of better. But I figure on one side we'll have our ore production, and then on the other side we'll have our machines that actually make stuff, and probably actually... You know what? I want the ore production to sit back in here because for the most part we won't be touching it. We'll have it set up to where it feeds in, takes care of all its stuff in the background without us touching it, and then feeds out our ingots. So we'll focus up. We'll want a way to get in there, so we'll say there's going to be a door right about here that will get us in here so that we can maintain the machines when we need to. But otherwise, all this over here should be... Oh, creeper. And there's a good chance I'm going to die in this episode because now that I'm doing 3 different series, I have all sorts of different mod packs running through my head. And I'll probably forget a lot of what I need to do to stay alive in this one. But anyway, so we'll use this for our actual production machinery. So that block is... You know what? No. I'll create a door over here so we can get to it from the outside. So, I want to have a 3-wide walkway where we can walk through and pass by our machines. I want this to be expandable because for the time being I can't really think of all the machines I will be needing. But I'm certain that whatever I lay down here, I'll need more space. So, and maybe I'll do... Yeah, maybe I'll do a single story at 10. And then if I need more space, I'll build up to a second story or build down. I'll figure that out when we get there. But let's just make the first story 10 long, and that should give us plenty of room. Inventory's full. Inventory's full with factory blocks. There we go. So let's don't need these guys down here. Let's grab torches and count this out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just clear out all this cracked sand. And then we'll actually put some torches up here since I'm working at night, just to keep things clean. And hopefully visible for you guys at home there. And do I feel good with that being 3 wide? That feels a little cramped. Let's lay out some of our factory blocks here. See. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to bring that out 2 more. Let's break our brick there. And then the door will be here. And yeah, I like that better. That's going to give us some more breathing room. And possibly give us some room to where we can like wrap machines around. So when it comes down to it, once we get all the forestry machines in here, all the mechanism machines, the wireless RF system, all the massive amounts of technology that's going to be... Whoa! Spider. And see right there. Just in how I was attacking that spider. I've started... By the time you see this video, I'll have 2 episodes up. Because I'm published the first one Sunday. And I'm in the process of recording the second episode while I'm recording this one, which will go up this coming Sunday. For me, it's already up for you guys at this point, but I started a 1.10.2 vanilla server. and have been kind of doing a video on there. And right there, when that spider attacked me, I was attacking it as though I had 1.10 combat mechanics, which I don't. So yeah, kind of getting to where it's hard to keep track. Oh, not quite enough factory blocks. Let's grab a stack. Getting to where it's kind of hard to keep track of what's going on in which series, but I'm going to do it. I actually ideally want to get a couple more series going, but that'll all kind of depend on if I can find other stuff to record. So I think I like that floor there. Kind of like that. Well, for a factory, that looks nice. So let's go ahead and get some of this cracked stone out of my inventory. Gotta find use for, or cracked sand. Gotta find use for all that. And let's grab, let's put the factory block up and bring our chisel. Oh, our chisel is already down here. And let's, that looks like the muted bricks that I like. No, that's not it. It's the yellow bricks. No. Well, I swear I thought chisel had a more mellowed brick pattern, but maybe I was mistaken. Well, let's at least do the varied bricks, and that'll give it a little more flavor. Yeah, that at least breaks up the monotony of our standard bricks, and I need to decide whether that's going to be cobblestone or factory floor, but that kind of depends on how I set the door up, so we'll just leave that alone for now. Let's clear out the rest of these guys here, and it's daytime, so I'm not worried about those torches now. And this pickaxe is kind of slow right now, but it will speed up as I add more redstone to it. And you know, this works out anyway, because it occurs to me that the power is going to be behind this wall. So, and the power will be behind this wall. So that'll widen the factory out a bit. I could actually make this a bit longer and it would still look okay. Why don't I do that? I'm going to pause the video here and get the foundation, finish getting the foundation laid out, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, and I got the foundation laid out here, so this is where all of our wiring is going to be. And back here as well. And then machines will sit right up against the wall here, and then the wiring will come from behind the wall into them. And I don't have a whole lot of these bricks left. But I'm thinking I want this to be some machine, and we can stack them right on top of one another. So if I figure machines 3 high, and then 1 for breathing room above, and then the ceiling, that's how high we want to make these walls. And I'm not going to put a door entrance to where the wiring will be, only because it's going to be hard to walk around in there under the best of circumstances, so it'll be easier just to break down the walls and get to that stuff. And let's see if I have more bricks over here. Some. Now, I may not have enough bricks to get through this episode. But maybe if I can at least get this structure put together. I know we're not really accomplishing anything on the storyline in this episode, but we've been doing a lot of get the stuff advancing, and I'm at a point right now where it's a lot of hurry up and wait. Most of what I have to do right now involves sitting around and waiting for seeds to do their thing, and until I have the auto farm up, that's really going to be the way of things. It's going to be a whole lot of I need this much of this material, and right now I only have my seeds growing in batches of 3 because once the auto farm's going, that's all we're going to need. But for the time being, that does kind of slow things down a little bit. So I figure, a couple of episodes of, or at least, one or 2 episodes of creative building could be a lot of fun here. So the door will be there, and I'm thinking some kind of, I wish this Modpack had Malsa stores on it, because it'd be nice to put like a factory door in there. No, this is our interior, and it looks really kind of plain and not all that great right now. But as we build it up, it's really going to come into its own. So we won't really have to do a whole lot to the interior, as a matter of fact. Let's light it up just temporarily here with torches. Once I have everything going, I'll put electric lights in here. And one thing I do want to figure out before we call this video, I'd like to figure out something on the roof there. It's a factory, so flat roof makes sense, but I wonder if there's something in factory blocks here that would look nice for the roof. We've got fancy metal box, circuit, gold-plated circuit, shiny metal, worn metal wall with ventilation openings. Wonder how frequently those ventilation openings show up. Let's see here. You don't care for that. Maybe this factory block isn't the one that I need. That's a possibility. Circuit plating, rusty metal plates. What I kind of want is rusty metal plates, but fans in there. And I thought factory blocks had a fan thing. Let's search for a fan. Let's see. Yeah. Technical block. That's what I'm looking for. What do we need for a technical block? Just stone and iron, same as a factory block. Let's make a little bit there. I don't have my crafting table out here, do I? Wait, I do! So basically, just throw clean stone in the center, and that gives me a technical block, and then I can throw the technical block in. Oh. There we go. Throw the technical block in, and we get the ones with fans. Great. Rusty panel, cables, fan fast. Where's the one I saw that was just a fan? You guys saw it too, didn't you? Fan fast. Blowing vents, vents. Fan off. Fan malfunctioning. Then transparent. Ah, massive fan. That's what we're looking for. And I'm thinking, since we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the inside here, I'm going to get some of that cracked sand out of my inventory. Just to make room. I'm thinking since we're 5 by 5, and it looked like technical blocks had some other stuff in it that looked interesting. I did make a couple of those, yeah. Let's scaffold corroded metal with chunks. Let's see how that looks. Don't care for that. Makeshift plating? Maybe. Let's see how that looks. That I like. And, oh, I did do 7, didn't I? So I'm thinking, for our design, if we come in like that, well, that tile's weird. That. Why does a tile like that? Huh. Well, okay then. We'll just tear those out then. And we'll put them in like this. Okay. Yeah, I could deal with that. And then we've got a huge spinning fan in the ceiling. I like that. And maybe I'll put something on top there to make it look like... ran out of those guys. That was... Do you guys remember what that was? It was... makeshift plating. That's what it was. Maybe we'll put another fan in here wherever it will tile up properly. Oh, there we go. Okay, I am liking that. That looks nice. Now, I'm probably going to run out of these technical blocks before I can finish the whole thing up. Not really room on this end, I don't think. Oops. For a fan. Well, it was just one in on that side, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's see if that tiles up properly. And it most certainly does not. So I don't want it right up against there. So we'll just have the 2 fans in the ceiling then. That'll work nice for me. We can go ahead and turn the rest of the fan blocks into our makeshift plating. And just lay what do we have of that out. And a little gap in the ceiling there, but I like that ceiling. And again, the walls look really plain right now. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But as we get machines in there, it'll start filling that in and it'll start to kind of come together. I don't want to put a lot of detail into the wall because really the majority of it is going to be covered up there. We're going to have machines running around the walls. We're going to have some rows of lighting. So there'll be enough built up on the walls to where decoration's not really necessary. And we'll do some stuff on the outside here. Maybe run like some pipes around, some conduit, what have you, to make that look nice. But I think we're out of time for this episode. And again, I know we didn't cover a whole lot as far as, wow, how do we make machines and stuff? And I do apologize for what happened to episode 10 there. But again, if you want just the audio on there, I'd be happy to post that. Just kind of leave in the comments if that's something you're interested in. But that's going to do us for today. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment so, I know what you're enjoying, what I could do better for you. Down in the descriptions below, we do have a link to the Feed the Beast website, which is where this mod pack can be found. We also have a link to the No Plot blog, which, as the name describes, we do anything and everything that's on our mind at the moment. So, thank you all for watching, and as always, keep gaming.